One of our favorite activities while sailing the world is freediving. When you first start out, it's pretty intimidating to kick your fins up, point your head down, and to just keep going deeper and deeper as you feel the water getting colder, the increasing pressure squeezing on your chest, and the light from above slowly fading into a dim twilight. But if you can overcome your fear, the reward is the sensation of absolute freedom, of weightless flight through a strange world with zero equipment. We've practiced freediving for years, and the deepest we've ever gone was 100 feet, so about the height of a 10-story building. But a couple hundred years ago, some of the best freedivers in the world lived on the Greek island of Simi. Those divers could go as deep as 260 feet, so over twice as deep as we've ever gone, and could stay down for up to 4 minutes. But this was a very dangerous activity, and for generations, divers from Simi swam to the ocean floor and risked their lives, all in pursuit of a treasure that made their small and arid island one of the wealthiest places in the entire region. Now, last week, we left Turkey after having spent 6 months exploring that country. And with Simi being the first stop on our journey across the Mediterranean, we wanted to figure out just what treasure attracted generations of divers to risk their lives combing the sea floor. And the answer, I think, will surprise you.
This path is the real deal.
We probably shouldn't do it.
A lot of these buildings are completely abandoned and dilapidated. It does look like an oasis down there. Welcome to Greece. All right, so hello. We are approaching the island of Simi, and actually the main town, which is also called Simi, and preparing to check into Greece. So we've officially crossed the border between Turkey and Greece. Yeah, very excited. I've heard really cool things about Simi. This is supposed to be a very beautiful island, a couple really pretty towns here, so I'm pretty stoked. And I'm excited to be back in Greece, man. Greece is a really cool place.
Pretty town. It's interesting though how it looks so different than a Turkish town.
Yeah.
You know, like they're how many miles apart?
Yeah, and there's a church up on the hill. I was like, oh, there's the mosque. I'm like, no, that's not a mosque. That's a church. Hey, bud.
Yeah.
I think that boat is our guy.
Yeah. Okay, so I attach?
Yes. He'll push us, so yeah, take your time.
Ready?
Yes, please.
Buddy, this is like a Disneyland town.
I know, it's really nice.
It's so beautiful. I can't believe it's a real place.
I know. Yeah, Greece has got its stuff together, man. All right, let's get some food. My pregnant body needs sustenance.
All right, buddy. Got Greek food again.
And we got pork. I haven't had
pork. It's been a while.
For what, like 5 months?
6 months, yeah. Yeah, so you got pork chops?
Uh-huh.
Nice. And I got pork souvlaki, which, funny, we had this so much that we were getting sick of it.
We were
but
getting sick
now
of it.
It's like exciting again.
You want some? It's still a little hot.
Nope, not too hot. Thank you. This is the combo, dark chocolate and mint chocolate.
I try to get the healthy one. I have a cup of kale.
Buddy, what is wrong with you?
Well, that is the combo.
So to answer the question that we posed at the beginning, what were the old school divers of Simi looking for on the sea floor? Was it sunken treasure? Was it precious metals? Was it diamonds?
Here we have the natural sea sponge, how it looks in the bed of the sea.
Wait, sponges?
In all the world we have 5,000 different qualities, but the local good qualities are very famous because have many benefits for the humanity skin and very good resistance. It's not supposed to use for 1 week. It's for many, many years.
Back in the day, before modern synthetic materials, the only natural material that resembled the modern sponge was the sponge, a filter-feeding animal that lives on the sea floor. When properly harvested and cleaned, these natural sponges are a lot like modern synthetic sponges, and humans have been using them for thousands of years for everything from personal hygiene, household cleaning. The Greek Olympians used them to absorb sweat, and medieval doctors used them to absorb blood during surgeries.
The sponge fishing in Simi began in 1300. The grandfather of my mother, one of the most famous divers from Simi, his certificate as responsible for the people that dive about the sponges. Simeon was the first people that started diving about the sponge and learned to the other islands how to dive and how they cleaning the sponges.
In the 18th century, with the advent of global trade, sponges no longer needed to be sourced locally, and the sponges off of Simi, being considered to be the highest quality in the world, were exported to distant markets. So the divers of Simi who had been harvesting sponges for hundreds of years now found themselves supplying sponges to much of Europe and North America, and the economy of the town exploded. And it's this prosperity that led to the colorful and beautiful buildings that Simi is now famous for.
In 1863, for first time in Simi, get the helmet. Fotis Mastoridis. He was working in the Canal of Suez with Ferdinand Lesseps. Ferdinand Lesseps was a very famous engineer from France. He provided the technology of the helmet to the island, but everybody was scared to diving with that. Her wife, Evgenia, she decided to wearing this dry suit and was the first person diving for sponges in Greece. This technology, this equipment, give big power to the divers because they had oxygen for first time under of the water. So they start to fishing more and more and bigger quantities, and we start to do bigger export to the other countries.
But with this new technology, the sponges were eventually over-harvested, and it was around the same time that synthetic sponges began being introduced to global markets. So the sponge industry in Simi collapsed, and so did its economy. It really wasn't until the rise of tourism in the Mediterranean that the island bounced back, which is why the island looks like it's frozen in time, since it hasn't really changed since its glory days of sponging. Well, cool. Thank you for showing me the shop, and it was really neat getting to learn about the history of your family and of the island. I would like to buy one small sponge. What would you recommend?
I recommend the honeycomb.
So that's good for bathing,
Exactly.
cleaning. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. So normally when we sail to a new country, like from Turkey to Greece, one of the first things that we need to do is get local SIM cards for our phones, which is super annoying because often the phone store is really far away. We might be exhausted from a long passage. And it's the same with traveling by plane. You know, you step out of the airport after hours and hours of travel and you can't call to get an Uber. You can't get directions to your hotel. You can't call the airline if they lost your luggage. Now, some phone plans allow you to call when traveling abroad, but by the time you get home, you're gonna get hit by a massive roaming bill, which is why I'm stoked to say that this issue has been completely solved by the sponsor of today's video, Airalo. Airalo is the world's first eSIM store where you can download and install digital data packs from over 200 plus countries and regions and be connected anywhere in the world the second you land or make landfall. And it's completely digital, so you don't have to go to a store or receive anything by mail. It's so quick and easy that you can do the entire process at the airport while you're waiting for your flight. So download Airalo now using the link in the description below or by scanning this QR so you can stay connected anywhere you travel, and make sure you use our code Atticus33 to get $3 off your data plan. Can I have an almond, please? Thank you.
She's like, are you done with that one? Okay. Do another one.
Oh, thank you. I've had a lot of almonds.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, no, that's it. Dad can't eat any more almonds, baby.
She's like, come on.
So we've been kind of exploring the harbor
part of Simi, and this is where like traditionally all of the commerce happened. Everybody's work involved the harbor way back in the day, but most everyone used to live way up in a part of town called Corio. I think that way back in the day, piracy was such a big issue that a lot of the older towns in the Mediterranean have this kind of split design where there's the port town, but then the part where everybody lived was further away from the water, and like often either up a hill or in like a walled city, in a place where they could defend it easily and they couldn't be surprised by pirates so easily. So anyway, Corio is definitely very difficult to get to. It's way up this hill, and there's like a single path, like a single staircase to get there.
Man, this is so cool.
It is, yeah.
I think this is what I like most about Greece, is these small little pedestrian roads with houses on each side and staircases, and it just goes up and up and up, but you don't know where.
My favorite thing about this town are the colors. It's like all the pastel colors. Okay, buddy, not gonna lie to you. It's a long way up. No, not.
Oh man.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's crazy how tired I am, and I don't even have a big belly yet. Imagine when I get big and I have Issa to deal with.
This path is the real deal. Like if you were a pirate trying to get up and raid the villagers, it wouldn't be easy. Especially if you were a pregnant pirate.
You could be a pregnant pirate. I was just gonna say that.
Okay, so we are in the Corio, the old residential part, and it's interesting that a lot of these buildings are completely abandoned and dilapidated. I think what happened is when this town was booming from the sponging industry, they built really elaborate, really beautiful structures. And then when that industry collapsed, then the town and the island went into like a depression until tourism really became a thing in the 20th century. And then people were like, holy moly, Simi's awesome, these buildings are amazing. And so a lot of them were restored. But I think up here, a lot of the buildings haven't been restored yet. And so we're kind of seeing what it looked like post sponge industry.
Yeah, there's just the facade right there.
Right, totally. Completely destroyed house. And then like surrounded by a couple beautiful houses, like Airbnbs. Yeah, and like some of the dilapidated buildings are beautiful in how they're dilapidated, you know? Because you can see the house was painted yellow, then it was painted like a blue, and then it had this stucco with yellow put over it.
Whoa, creepy. It's so dark in there.
What's in there?
Just rubble. Whoa, look in here, bud. Looks like a little fire pit or something.
I mean, yeah, this would have been a house, and now there's like trees and plants growing in it. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's no door here. I just want people to see that. I'm gonna assume that means I can go in.
Look at that. This is like the coolest part.
Yeah.
This was somebody's home. They'd like decorated it with these pretty stones.
Oh, wow. But look at the view.
Wow. Oh, wow. You can see the ocean from here and over the cliffs. Man, just keeps on going and going and going.
There's a lot of tourists in town, but we haven't seen a single person since we started this hike. So I feel like we always manage to find some random thing to do.
Yeah. Let's go walk around in like dilapidated buildings.
Yeah, oh, this part of town is like decaying and broken down. Let's let it go walk around. Okay, so we're gonna be heading out actually to a bay just around the corner to a place called Petty. But it's been such a cool experience, like living in this extremely beautiful town. It feels like Disneyland, and yet I think because of the time of year, it's not crazy crowded. I wanna take you to my favorite bakery slash cafe that I've been going to every morning, and they make this killer cheese pastry that's just like insanely good. I can't get it out of my mind. I have to have it every morning. Oh, ho, ho, baby. Gotta make sure it's not too hot for her.
Yeah.
And it's just like phyllo, right? That real thin dough, and then cheese. And I don't know what kind of cheese. Yeah, get a good one. That's a good bite.
It's crazy how like crunchy it is on the outside, but then chewy and soft on the inside.
I know. It's like the perfect breakfast, and it's not sweet at all. Man, I'm gonna miss that thing.
I know.
Man, but one crazy part about this place
is we've never looked out our companionway and seen a whole bunch of like tourist shops, you know?
It's crazy.
I mean, it's right there.
It's really cool for people watching, but it is a little weird at night when we're like
Getting out of the shower.
yeah, I'm just like getting ready for bed. I'm kind of like in my underwear and I look out. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah. It's interesting, since we left Turkey last week, Greece has felt like such a different world. Yet it's so close, like Turkey is right there. I'm staring at it. Buddy, look how epic it is up ahead.
That's really pretty.
Yeah. What do you think, beautiful? Is it as pretty as you?
Isn't it crazy how you can go in reverse so quickly now?
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, we're made on the bow.
We are hitting the road. We're gonna try to head to a really nice beach that's up ahead, but it's kind of a ways away, and the marina manager told us that we probably shouldn't do it because the trail is too hard and it's full of bees.
No, he said rocks.
He said rocks and bees.
Oh, he said bees?
Yeah.
I didn't hear the bee part. Don't like bees.
It's gonna be a rocky, dry, hot hike.
Thank you, kind cowboy.
Just your average, friendly Greek cowboy. All right, we made it.
We made it. Oso's like, where is the water?
Yeah. It does look like an oasis down there.
Yeah. Oh, pretty beach. Should we go swimming, baby?
All right. Beach club, baby. It's funny because everyone here got here by like boat, you know, by like some sort of a established trip. And we just like hiked out of the desert mountains, you know what I mean? Like, can we have food? Hi, Mama.
Hi. Is that fun, baby? Oh, there she goes.
Okay, come here, come get Dad. She does that, like she runs.
Are you gonna eat the water?
Man, Bud, pretty sweet spot.
Yeah.
Look at Oso.
So nice. He's so happy.
He is so
Yes, I
happy.
am a human lounger.
I think everyone's gonna sleep well tonight.
Yeah.
Give Dad a kiss.
Come give Dad a kiss.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. You wanna give Dad a hug? No.
I'm gonna get you.
He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. You were got by
Well,
the cowboy.
Yeah, you've been hugged by a cowboy.